Kawhi Leonard, in your estimation, should he and will he leave Toronto to go elsewhere?
Well, I'd be asking Masai, are you going to stay here, Masai? Because you put this team together, you're going to keep it together. If you're walking, how can I possibly even consider sitting down? Right. That's the first thing I'd say. I think we've watched this develop for months. Kawhi is kept very tight, which I respect. His whole family was there last night. His uncle Dennis, who's his agent, acts as his agent. His sisters, some members of his family, they were totally enjoying it. They had their Raptors jerseys on. I think it's Clippers or Raptors for him. And I think if he prioritizes wanting to be in Southern California, which is where he is from and where his family is, I don't see any problem with that. In my mind, he owes Toronto no debt. If he believes the Raptors will take care of him, as they did really well this year, he got through the season healthy, got back to the highest level of basketball he's ever played, I got no problem with that. I think he's fine either way, but I think those are the two choices.
Why would Kawhi Leonard, for those in L.A. that may not comprehend this, explain why Kawhi Leonard would consider the Clippers over wanting to play alongside LeBron James in L.A.?
It's a great question. I think that the Lakers should be there on June 30th to make sure that he says no to them.
Without 9 people, pick a top 3 as opposed to 9 different people for the Lakers showing up for an interview. Just a word of advice. Go ahead.
I think that Kawhi really values the quality of an organization. And I think right now the Clippers have a better reputation as a better organization than the Lakers do. And I think that that's going to be a huge factor with free agents going forward here. The Lakers have the tradition. The Lakers have the glamour. And for that reason, I think they will always be able to get into any free agent discussion. But I think right now, if you look at it, and if you could not look at the banners, the Clippers organization has demonstrated that they are a better organization right now. And I think that's going to be a big factor, especially when you're Kawhi, and how organizations have treated you and handled your career have been very important.
Well, what about the notion that you also want a rabid fan base? The rabid fan base did exist in San Antonio. It clearly exists in Toronto. With the Los Angeles Clippers, there are those that say it's Laker Nation. They will never be relevant in the city of Los Angeles. Why would somebody want to go there? I don't feel that way. I look at the Clippers as a big-time organization with Steve Ballmer at the head, worth about $40 billion for crying out loud. That's where I'm looking at it. But why? But what about the notion that they would always be second fiddle in that town?
I do think that matters to some people, and I do think that that's true. I don't know if it matters to Kawhi. There was a moment in these finals where Kawhi had played so well early on, and this reporter asked him this question. He said, Kawhi, there are people naming their newborn children after you. There are people offering to give you free apartments, free penthouses in downtown.
Free meals for life.
Free meals for life. This city and this town and this country are in love with you. And he was describing this to him, and he just sat there. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I just don't think he cares. I think when he walks out of the building, he's in Los Angeles. When he walks into the building, he has the richest owner in American sports. He has a tremendous front office that has shown great, depth, great decision making, and he has a really good cast of young players. And let's just be honest, the Raptors roster, the Clippers roster is very exciting. They don't have LeBron. But playing alongside LeBron with Kawhi would present certain issues. And maybe Kawhi would be willing to take that. Maybe he wouldn't.
Is Kawhi the kind of person that would want to be in the same town as LeBron James competing against him? And is he at a point in his career right now, particularly with what he just accomplished, that him going to the Clippers can elevate the level of interest in Tinseltown to a point where it could compromise LeBron specifically and the Lakers in general?
Well, wouldn't you think New Balance would love to have that happen? I mean, elevate their brand. I don't know. It's very difficult for me to know what motivates Kawhi other than winning. I don't have a sense for it. I know that he loves winning because the way he reacted when he hit that shot against Philly and the way he was last night, the look on his face, those are the 2 times where I've seen Kawhi motivated. And I also know he's motivated by art, his artwork, because that's something he seems to have gotten really upset about was the whole thing with Nike and his trademark. Wouldn't it be amazing, Stephen A., if the Lakers were able to execute a trade for Anthony Davis, and then Kawhi went to the Clippers, and then the Clippers maybe even made another move to add, and you had, especially with the Warriors, could have been a pause period for next year, and you had maybe the center of the NBA universe, Tuesday night, Kawhi, Wednesday night, LeBron and Anthony Davis, Thursday night, maybe they play each other. Already the LA is so much the center of the NBA, it would be amazing. The league would prefer that to be New York, I think. It would prefer the Knicks and Nets to be battling, and they may on a certain level. But how amazing would it be to have Anthony Davis on one building, LeBron on one building, and Kawhi on one building in downtown LA?